Micron stock is experiencing heightened volatility and periodic sharp pullbacks as broader semiconductor sentiment swings in response to geopolitical developments and macro uncertainty. Recent weakness across the memory sector has been partly attributed to rising geopolitical tensions that are pushing up energy costs in South Korea, where major memory producers operate large fabrication facilities. Higher electricity prices can directly impact the cost structures of memory chip makers, including Micron's primary competitors, Samsung and SK Hynix, and the resulting uncertainty has created ripple effects across the entire memory industry. The broader sell-off has weighed on Micron shares in the short term, but within the investing community, the reaction has been far from uniformly bearish. Many traders and long-term investors are framing the volatility as a potential buy the dip opportunity, arguing that the company's core fundamentals remain firmly intact. In particular, demand for advanced memory solutions tied to AI continues to surge, with hyperscalers and data center operators racing to secure supply for AI training clusters and inference infrastructure. A major pillar of the bullish thesis remains the persistent shortage of high bandwidth memory and advanced DRAM. These components are essential for powering next generation AI accelerators from companies like Nvidia and other semiconductor leaders. As AI models grow larger and more computationally demanding, the need for faster and more efficient memory has skyrocketed, placing enormous pressure on the limited number of manufacturers capable of producing HBM at scale. Micron, alongside Samsung and SK Hynix, sits at the center of this supply bottleneck, giving the company strong pricing leverage and potential for expanded margins as demand continues to outpace supply. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's the news. So the stock is, as a matter of fact, let's see what we have. Yeah, the stock is consolidating within a longer term. Is it consolidating? Yeah. Okay, not. It's still technically still trending. Technically, it hasn't started consolidating, but it might begin to do so very soon. Very soon. Still maintaining the uptrend. You can see here the reason is because the 10-day moving average, which is the fast, based on the moving averages we're using, it is still leading the all the moving averages in the upward direction. And then after that, we have the 21 day, and then after that, we have the 40-day. The structure is still intact. The bullish structure is still intact, but it is decaying. It is decaying. The algo is actually expecting that it might continue to decay up till the 1st of April. In the interim, it's saying that this weakness it has, this weakness began all the way back from the, let's see when it began. It began all the way back on the 26th, Thursday, the 26th of February. So it's saying that it might maintain it up till Tuesday the 10th, and then consolidate from the 11th up till the 24th. And then after that, we are looking at the prospects of a further down leg. Maybe after that, we might bounce somewhat. So nothing is expected technically on the upside for Micron. Fundamentally, everything is sound, but people have already it has the, the fundamentals have already been priced into the stock, and profit taking has since been going on. Yeah. So nothing's expected to the upside, even though people are sharing. But at the same time, they could if they are willing, they can if the market is willing, they can apply money into the stock and reverse this. But based on how people have been trading, based on how they've been trading, based on the data from the order books, it doesn't look like we are looking at the prospects of anything to the upside in the very short term for Micron stock. As a matter of fact, if you have a look at the weekly chart, this is what we have: nothing at all, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Weakness, 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 all the way towards early August. Yes, this is a weekly chart. At various times, it might bounce, but nothing is expected at all to the upside. As a matter of fact, we have a downward projection here. It looks like a pivotal downward projection of 213.91. Well, it will be a stretch if it prints to such lows, but it's not something that will be out of place if it does. Yeah, it is something that might happen. Yeah, just it's just that it looks like yeah, it looks like it will be a stretch if for that to happen, but never say never. you know so as things stand right now, projections are saying 597.71, 687.03, 742.21. There are ambitious projections: 597.71, and indeed 687 and 7.742. So in the midst of lower prices being extrapolated, high upper projections are also being expected as well. Yeah, upper projections are still projected regardless. Yeah. So let's see now. There's a correlation between the 10 days daily chart and the weekly chart in terms of projections. So yeah, caution is warranted. If you see any buying opportunity, caution is warranted. There's a chance it's not going to reverse this downtrend to print yeah, to retest previous highs. Statistically, let's see what we have. Yeah, $400 we printed on the 4th of March is very high, statistically very high for it to print, but you can't rely on that completely. So we also had a bounce. We had a bounce. It went from 380 to 400. So it happens. If it happens. But what the point I'm trying to make is that if you wanted to resume the uptrend, I don't think so. I don't think so. This is likely what may continue to play out, unless the whole narrative changes. It wasn't even before this conflict that is going on right now began. The stock was already flagging. Yeah. Okay. So see what you make of Micron stock, and thank you very much for watching this video.